here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. We are here to do my February debt update. This is coming at you a little bit later than I originally planned and wanted to share it. There's just so many videos to put out towards the end of the month and then the beginning of the new month, so stuck it in here just as soon as I could. I'm excited because, y'all, let's just go ahead and spoil the whole thing and let you know we're paying off Citi today. I actually filed my taxes. I was able to get a tax refund. I haven't received it yet, but because I didn't owe any money in taxes, I was able to take the cash that I had set aside throughout 2021 in order to pay taxes and just stick that right back into my pocket. So what I did was I went ahead and used that to pay off the Citi card. I'm so excited. Finally feel like we're going to be back on track, because if you remember, this was actually a new debt that we accrued in December. And so I should have started out the new year with less debt than I started with, but December was a complete dumpster fire, and so we backslid a lot in December. So essentially, I'm getting me back on track here today by paying this off. So we are going to be able to completely color in this debt-free chart today. You are looking at the front of my budget planner where I keep my debt trackers. So I have the debt tracker from my Etsy shop. This is in the blue chevron pattern, which was my pattern release for January. I have it available in many other patterns as well. The worksheet's exactly the same, but the pattern and the color is different depending on which collection you buy from. I will have my Etsy shop link down below if you want to snag this debt tracker. So I use a debt tracker for each of my debts, and then I also use a chart from Debt Free Charts because it's a really great visual for me. I can see that this is how much debt I had on this Citi card. This is how much I paid off in January. I'll use different colors to represent February to color in what we paid off in February, and it just makes a really nice visual reminder of how far I've come. So we do have some debt payments to put in here. So I'm gonna grab a pen here. I don't know, I think that one's out of ink. Oh, that one might be out of ink too. We'll see. These erasable pens by Parku are my absolute favorite pens because they're erasable. If I make a mistake, which I do quite often, I can just go in and scrub it out with the little eraser end here. It erases by friction, but the only problem with them is that they run out of ink super quickly. So I'm just going to go ahead and write in the payments that we made in February. I need to actually flip to my February budget, which I have here, and I need to see my expense trackers because I need to see the payment dates. Okay, so I did all of my kind of minimum payments during this week of February 15th through the 21st, and the one for Citi came out on the 17th of February, and that was $35. So yep, see, that one's out of ink. How about this one? Ah, there we go. On 2/17, I made my minimum payments. Which was $35. I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half again because it makes it easier to write. I also, I put all of my budget printables on this discount system so I can easily pull it out if I want to as well. So my ending balance at the end of January was $590. With that minimum payment, it brought it down to $555. And so that is the payment that I'm going to make today and get this paid off. So I'm not going to make it today. I already made it, but that's the payment we're talking about today. So I made that on February 28th, the last day of the month. I used tax money to make that payment. So that $555 payment has been made from my tax money, and that brings us to a $0 balance. That means this card is paid off, which is so incredibly exciting. And that means we can color in this chart today. So for this chart, we gotta pick some pinks and reds, right? Because that is what February is all about. Valentine's Day and love. So I just like to pick different colors to represent each month just based on my mood. Just because it's nice visually to see. This is the chunk of debt we paid in January. This is the chunk of debt we paid in February. So I'm gonna speed you up, add some music, and color this in. This is the most fun part for me. But I know it's kind of tedious to watch. So I'll speed it up so you guys don't have to sit and watch me painstakingly color this whole thing. And then we will talk about the other debts that I made progress on in January. It's not a lot. It's essentially just the minimum payments for each of those debts, but every penny counts. So we'll flip to that in a minute. Right now, I'm gonna get this colored in. Hope you guys enjoy the music. Okay, so that is a hot mess. I gotta say, my arm got pretty tired at the end there, and I just kind of scribbled it in, but this tracker's all filled up. Citi's paid off. Happy dance, celebration. Now let's talk about the other debts. So we're gonna flip here to Chase card, and this was just a minimum payment. And I paid the $70 minimum payment, which took this down to $1,463.83 minus $70, $1,393.83. So let's see if we can color anything in. Yeah, we can take it down a line. Not much, but every little bit counts, as I said. So we're just gonna color right down to here. Can't quite color down to 1380 because we're not there yet, but we did make a little bit of progress in... Oops, I went way too far with that. That's okay. We did make some progress in February, and that's worth celebrating, even if it's only 2 lines of progress. And again, very sloppy with this coloring because that was a lot of coloring on that last chart. Okay, so that was Chase. Then for our Ashley furniture, once again, I only made the minimum payment, but that's okay because every payment counts. And the minimum payment for this one is $156. So that took the balance on this card from $3,458.80 down to $3,302.80. And so let's see how this chart's looking. All right, so we can color in two more lines here as well, it looks like. Down to this $3,000 312. Oh, so 3 lines for this one. It's just a little bit of progress, you guys, but I still like to celebrate it. And like I said, that makes these charts look so visually appealing when you see all of the layers of color and all of the months of progress, like when the chart's all filled in, you know? So, celebrating our small wins here. That is 3 more lines on this card paid off that were not paid off at the beginning of the month. And it's much less tedious to color in these charts a little chunk at a time than it is to do the whole darn page in one go. All right, so we have one last debt to check in with, and that is my First Merchants Bank card, which once again, I just made the minimum payment, and the minimum payment for this card is such a tiny amount compared to the high balance, so not much progress here at all, but it's still something. So we started the month with $5,729 with 32 cents. Nope, that's not right. $5,729 with 52 cents. And we paid $58, which brought it down to $5,671 with 52 cents. And can we color anything on this chart now? Nope. We're still not even close to touching this chart, which is fine. So that's it then for my debt update. Of course, the big win being this payoff. I'm so excited. What I will do now for moving into March is I will take this $35 and I will snowball it in to the minimum payment of the next step we will be working on, which is this Chase card. So rather than paying $70 for the minimum payment on this card, I'll pay the $70 plus the $35. That's $105. So $35 extra going to this card plus any additional payments that I'm able to make. So hopefully we'll be able to knock out a big chunk of this in March. You guys will have to come back for my March debt update to find out. Leave me a comment down below and let me know how you did on your debt in February. I'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to subscribe. I post new budgeting and lifestyle content here on my channel every single week. I'd love to have you come back. I'll have my Etsy shop linked down below, as well as debt-free charts if you want to do a similar setup for your debt progress tracking. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends.